potted up. Hey, Curtis.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. I'm sorry. I think we had a mistake on our end.
Your commentary I heard during the break there from the book Screwed.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. First of all, over the weekend, I turned on the TV on MSNBC, and there was you and Joy Reid. And
that was a joy.
it was fascinating because, as you know, I agree with you on this trade issue, and I think the vast majority of Democrats do. Every single trade deal has been passed over the objection of the majority of Democrats in both the House and the Senate ever since 1992. Every single trade deal has been opposed by the Democratic Party institutionally, with the exception of TPP now, since 1992. And every single trade deal has been promoted by a majority of Republicans. And I didn't understand why she was treating you like you were the devil because you were saying you were opposed to the TPP. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't want to speculate. The thing that got me in that interview, for everybody who was in your listening audience who may have been watching, I have in my hand right now a printout from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and all of the jobs that she rattled off are categorized by the Bureau of Labor Statistics as service sector jobs. And she refused to accept that, and she accused me of inventing things and making things up. I didn't want to tell her that she's got to learn how to read, but she might want to go back and check with the Bureau of Labor Statistics before she accuses me of lying.
Yeah, that's not an unreasonable thing to ask.
No.
So here's the question I got for you, Curtis.
Because I'm coming at this from a pro-Trump point of view, she immediately.
I think it almost certainly is, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Because
facts. I was just listening to a great interview last night on the BBC. Facts. People don't let facts get in the way of their preconceived notions. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
No, that's quite all right. If I were a Republican supporting Donald Trump because he says he's going to blow up the trade deals, I would have a real problem with the fact that his running mate is not only a supporter of all these free trade deals, but actually was way out in front on a number of these free trade deals when he was in Congress. I mean, one of the major salespeople for them, and is to this day, gung-ho, to the best of my knowledge. I mean, maybe he's changed his tune in the last week, but certainly before Trump picked him as VP, he was so gung-ho on TPP. I mean, he was going to, he was just totally gung-ho on it and was trying to pitch it to the people of Ohio. The official Republican Party platform endorses TPP and other trade deals. The vast majority of Republicans in Congress.
Republican Party platforms.
I beg your pardon?
You mean past Republican Party platforms?
This one doesn't?
Platform this year doesn't.
Is it just silent on it? Because I know it's not taking Trump's position.
The GOP party platform this year says trade deals should not be rushed and should not be taken up in a lame duck session.
Okay. Well, that's not unreasonable, and I think the Democratic Party platform is similarly vague, and trade deals should be done for the benefit of the people. Well, yeah, of course, we can all agree with those things. But the fact of the matter is that the vast majority of Republicans in Congress are going to work together with President Obama to try to get this trade deal passed after the election, during the lame duck session, when people are worried about Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it probably will, and it's gonna mean an even louder sucking sound, only this time from Asia rather than from south of us, and I don't see how Donald Trump, when his own running mate and his own party disagree with him, is going to have any power to do anything in this regard. And it seems to be like you're being played for a sucker, Curtis, by supporting this guy.
Oh, come on, Tom. I could say the same thing about the Democratic Party. Look, Donald Trump is very clear. He is the most categorically opposed to this of any candidate out there. Hillary Clinton keeps hedging things with it. Depends on what the meaning of is type parsing and constructions. I'm against it, and it's
Curtis. As a Democrat,
and then he got a side letter and he passed NAFTA.
Hang on just a second here, Curtis. As a Democrat,
I believe it will take an election of Donald Trump to categorically stop this thing.
Yeah, Curtis. Curtis, can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. As a Democrat, I don't disagree with you that we got suckered. I mean, you had President Obama. This is clip number one. this is President Obama saying, you know, when he was running for election in 2008, talking about NAFTA. Here he is.
As we continue, scrap NAFTA, Senator Obama, or fix it?
I would immediately call the President of Mexico, the President of Canada, to try to amend NAFTA, because I think that we can get labor agreements in that agreement right now. And it should reflect the basic principle that our trade agreements should not just be good for Wall Street, it should also be good for Main Street. And the problem that we've had is that we've had corporate lobbyists oftentimes involved in negotiating these trade agreements, but the AFL-CIO hasn't been involved. Ordinary working people have not been involved. And we've got to make sure that our agreements are good for everybody, because globalization right now is creating winners and losers. But the problem is it's the same winners and the same losers each and every time.
And the AFL-CIO is actually locked out of the negotiations with regard to NAFTA.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're both being played for suckers, in my opinion, both Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah. While Mr. Obama, candidate Obama, was saying that in that soundbite that you grabbed, his top economic advisor, Austin Goolsbee, was calling the Canadian officials and telling them, pay no attention to what.
No, I know. I know that got leaked. But here's so
Hillary Clinton is saying I'm against TPP, and her top advisor on Asian affairs was in Australia 2 weeks ago, telling the Australians this is going to happen in the lame duck. Don't worry about it.
I know. And so, Curtis,
really
here's
terrible.
my point.
It's really terrible. I believe
Curtis, hang on just a second.
Are changing.
Curtis, please. We're almost out of time, and I want you to speak to this point. So, if both Democrats and Republicans have been played for suckers by their leaders around these issues of trade, doesn't that mean that we need to get more engaged, you in the Republican Party, me in the Democratic Party, and prevent our parties from doing this to us again?
Absolutely. Agree 100%.
We're talking movement politics here within the parties, and voting for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson ain't going to do it.
I don't know. Well, Gary Johnson is for TPP. He has said so. Jill Stein is not going to win. I'll make a prediction here. I'll go out on a limb. My crystal ball, even though the battery's dead, I'll make a prediction that Jill Stein's not going to win the presidency.
No, but she's going to run in 2 years. In 2 years,
politics is right. Donald Trump is a movement. He is. For 20 years, he's been saying he's against these trade deals, and he's managed to, so far, move the Republican Party.
But he has surrounded, if you look at his economic advisors, all 40% of them named Steve, they're all pro-trade. They're all in favor of TPP, his economic advisors that he rolled out this morning.
I heard Joe Kiernan on CNBC, which is the high church of free trade and laissez-faire. Joe Kiernan on Squawk Box on CNBC talking to Dan D'Amico from Newcourt Steel saying, you know, I didn't used to agree with you on this trade stuff, but now I agree. These trade deals were being played.
Okay, so at least one of his advisors has changed. Curtis, thank you for dropping by today. It's always interesting. It's always good talking to you. Curtis Ellis, ObamaTrade.com is the website. We'll be right back.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.